bill to crack down on life.
We'll give this some time.
G4 live at E3.
Look at what's playing on TV. I can't believe it's for real. I just happened to flip on to G4. I can't even describe what I feel. Believe it or not, I'm watching E3. I never thought I'd get in so easily. Watching all day in my beat-up old chair. What will I see? Believe it or not, it's E3. Just snuck a peek at a new game. Saw a sick-ass controller too. Getting me psyched for release dates to come, making all of my wishes come true. Believe it or not, I'm watching E3. I never thought I'd get in so easily. Watching all day in my beat-up old chair. What will I see? Believe it or not, it's E3. This is too good to be true. Watch TV, lust for Xbox 2. Believe it or not, believe it or not, believe it or not, believe it or not. Believe it or not, I'm watching E3. I never thought I'd get in so easily. Watching all day in my beat-up old chair. What will I see? Believe it or not, it's E3. I'm watching E3. I never thought I'd get in so easily. Watching all day in my beat-up old chair. What will I see? Believe it or not, it's E3.
Alright, hello, and welcome to another iPie stream. Today we're getting ready for Square Enix presentation. So, real quick, got like a minute left, and I'll put the volume back on. Got music playing. Real quick, I kind of just want to go over my expectations, and that's fine, Slug. I don't mind if you lurk. Let's just go over some of my expectations real quick. Where's my... You know what? I'll do this way. It's gonna be a little sloppy. The expectations. I'm really simple. This is showing... Okay, this is showing. I'm expecting FF7 Remake to be a letdown with what they show. Announcement, World of Mana Collection, there are rumors spreading, apparently it was a leak. Some registration in, I forget where. Don't know if it's going to be America or Japan only, but I really want to see a World of Mana Collection. That's, Final Fantasy Legend, Secret of Mana 2, which was Japanese only, Legend of Mana, my favorite game of all time, the PS2 one, which I forgot about, because it's the PS2 one, and the DS game Children of Mana, which was okay, nothing to write home about. Quiet Man 2, because we had a really good stream time with that. If you haven't seen my Quiet Man 1 playthrough, you can check that out in the archives below. Admit that Kingdom Hearts 3 is a colossal failure, and something about Tomb Raider DLC. Okay, let's get back to the actual show then. That was a mouthful. because it looks like it's starting. And stick around after all of this because, you know, we're gonna also be looking into the stuff that happened earlier. And it looks like they're gonna be kicking off with the old Final Fantasy here. Final Fantasy Remake. Aerith looks good. I'm not surprised they're starting off with this. Big Train. I wonder if they're just going to show the same thing from the Microsoft conference. Boo! Not Zack! Boo! It's not Zack. Zack is better. Why is there subtitles here? Get rid of that. How's the volume, by the way? Volume good? Okay, so far, that was nothing new. Everyone's
Please
excited,
welcome
but that was
Yoshinori
nothing.
Kitase, producer, Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Okay, good. Let's hear some actual details about this game. Is it still gonna be episodic? Are they making a full remake? Is it gonna be all one go? English!
22年間の時を経て、あのキャラクターたちが非常に美
First, I
しく
have
さらに魅力的になって帰ってきました。
I'm very happy to be able to introduce this long-beloved title once again. After 22 years, the familiar characters we love have returned while becoming more beautiful and captivating than ever before.
今まで応援し続けてくださっているファンの皆さん、長年のサポートありがとうございます。大変お待たせいたしました。新たなる冒険へと共に踏み出すことを非常に楽しみにしております。
To our longtime fans, we thank you for your support and patience over these years, and we look forward to embarking on this journey together.
FF7 をリメイクするにあたって、ファイナルファンタジー7の世界観やキャラクターたちをより深く今回は描いております。ファイナルファンタジー7リメイクプロジェクトの最初の作品となる本作では、ミッドガルのストーリーを広大にかつ緻密に語っております。またゲームデザインも今作用に最適化しておりまして、ブルーレイ2枚組相当のボリュームを見込んでおります。一本の独立したゲームとして十分期待に応える作品になっております。
Remaking Final Fantasy VII has allowed us to dive much deeper into the world and its characters than ever before. The game design was optimized for this title as well, and we anticipate 2 Blu-ray discs worth of gameplay content.
That's actually a lot. 2 Blu-ray
The
discs?
cursed
Jesus
theme in this
Christ.
project expands on the story of Midgar and is such an elaborate retelling that it has become a solid standalone game in its own right.
これからご紹介する映像およびゲームプレイで、ファンの方の、期待を決して裏切らない皆さんのね、よく知っている FF7 に再会できることとなります。
Through the content we are about to unveil today, and through all that we have yet to unveil, we will not disappoint your expectations. Your
I don't know.
reunion with the Final Fantasy VII
Expectations
you
are
know is
super
near.
high right now.
それと同時
At
に
least
です
for
ね、
me.
当時を知らないゲームファンの方は、全く新しいね、ファイナルファンタジーと出会うことになります。
To newcomers who never played the original, we present to you a completely new Final Fantasy and a perfect starting point to explore the world of Final Fantasy VII.
Please
Perfect starting
welcome
point.
Neil Pabone, Senior
I guess
Manager,
there's
Product Marketing,
Crisis Core and
Square
Dirge of
Enix.
Cerberus too, that's fair. You know what? There's a game that deserves a remake a whole lot more.
はい、本日はですね、
Crisis
ニー
Core.
ユにゲームプレイを紹介してもらいます。
So, Neil is here to introduce you and walk you through gameplay.
Thank you, Katase-san. All right, everyone, let's mosey.
Okay, gameplay. Let's see gameplay.
Final Fantasy VII Remake features a hybrid gameplay system that merges real-time action with strategic command-based combat. For starters,
Okay,
each
so
press of the
strategic.
square button is a swing of Cloud's Buster Sword. Cloud attacks, dodges, and blocks all in real time. His standard
Okay.
attacks do some damage, but they barely scratch the surface of Cloud's true potential.
So it looks like
Succeeding
Crisis
on the
Core so
battlefield
far.
requires much more
Combat-wise.
than just hacking and slashing. Cloud needs to be tactical. He needs ATB. 2 ATB bars are displayed in the lower
Ow.
right. These fill up slowly over time, but fill much faster as Cloud lands standard attacks. Once an ATB bar is full, you can enter tactical mode, where time
Okay.
slows to a crawl, and you have the
So they're
opportunity
going with
to
a
choose
Western
actions from the
style
command
now.
menu. Katase-san, I've had the pleasure of seeing quite a bit of the
Straight
game,
up,
but
this
tactical
is
mode never gets old for me. I
Mass
can just sit here
Effect /
all day
Baldur's
long
Gate
and watch
/
this beautiful slow motion
Dragon
action.
Age.
観客の皆さんはね、おそらくね、他の部分ももう少し見たい
I
の
guess
で
it
はない
makes
かと
sense
思
to
いますが
have the white guy
皆さん
out there for this.
I think the audience would like to see more. Isn't that right, everyone?
Fair enough.
Let's see, abilities,
Good
spells,
point.
items.
Yeah.
Well, once in tactical
Looks like there's
mode, you can choose to
character
perform
choices.
various abilities, such as Cloud's Braver attack. Using an item in battle will deplete an ATB charge, and if Cloud has the right materia equipped and
Oh,
enough
that's
MP,
cool.
he can
They actually
use
show
ATB
materia
charges
in the
to
weapon.
cast spells. Of course, this being a remake,
Hello, Dark
we're sure
Star.
to see some familiar faces.
And I'm
After
sure
using
you'll
his
be able to
iconic gun
swap
arm,
between the
Barrett is able
characters
to
to play
target
as them.
enemies at a distance. Barrett's standard attacks generate ATB charges similar to Cloud, but his abilities are entirely different. Switching between characters in combat is done with a single
Okay.
button press, which makes rotating through party members a snap. Speaking of other party members, Katase-san, when are we going to see Tifa in action?
Maybe
Does she still have
soon.
this short
Soon.
skirt?
All right.
Can I
Characters
see
continue
up
to
her
fight even
skirt?
when you're not
How
controlling
are
them
her
directly,
panties?
but it's up to you to choose how and when ATB charges are used. You can maximize your effectiveness by switching between characters
How are you doing,
or issuing
Darkstar?
commands to characters with full ATB bars.
Okay, so
Every
I like
enemy
this.
has
They're
a
going with
focus
like a
gauge
Dragon
that
Age
fills up
style
as you do
approach.
damage.
Dragon Age
When
1.
the gauge is full, the enemy becomes staggered, and you'll deal bonus damage. Tactical mode evokes the command selections from the original Final Fantasy
That's
VII
cool.
and allows players to enjoy battle while taking the time to think strategically. For players who prefer fast-paced action, abilities and spells can be bound to shortcuts for immediate execution. Shortcuts make combat extremely dynamic, but the choice of using them is entirely up to you. Right, Katase-san?
そうですね、プレイスタイルに合わせて楽しめるゲームになっておりますので、ぜひご期待ください。
That's right. The game has been made so that you can choose how to play. I hope players get excited about this.
Well, that's a brief introduction to combat in Final Fantasy VII Remake, and we look forward to showing you a whole lot more in the coming months. For now, let's see how Cloud and Barrett do against a more formidable foe.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, they're gonna share the. Are they gonna share the first boss? That robot thing?
You double crossing!
Heads up.
What in the hell? Hey, how the hell do we fight this thing?
It's got reinforced armor plating, but the internals can be overloaded.
Yeah, that's the
Lightning
first
back-
boss, the scorpion tank
No
thing.
other option, huh?
Shit.
Should I be worried?
It's on you.
Guess it's my turn.
So I think I like the way the game looks so far. The question is it going to be very mushy like Kingdom Hearts and Kingdom Hearts 3 were? Or is it going to be nice, fluid, like you expect out of an action game?
Going all out.
I mean, the real-time components, obviously. Of course, it's going to feel a little bit mushy when you freeze the game because you're freezing the game.
A barrier? Never seen this defense system before.
Thought you were the expert.
So what's your brilliant plan, genius?
It's my time to shine.
I like how they got the dialogue going between the characters at the same time. Yo, multiplayer would actually be really interesting in this game, except there are actually a lot of points where you have to play only one character. I just want to know if Tifa's skirt's still short. Can we still look up her skirt and see some hot panty action?
Take him down.
I will say Tifa was one of the first characters in gaming that came out that made me question my sexuality. So I'm very significantly interested in Tifa. One of the characters that first came out that was like, I think I might be into girls.
You don't want to be hit by that laser. What do we do? Don't get hit. Take cover behind that debris.
Oh, there's a cover system?
Right now, before it fires again.
Yeah.
Find cover and hunker down.
Okay, so it doesn't look like there's really a cover system. It's more like a set piece. But it's nice to see that for ranged attacks, there are, like, if there's stuff in the environment to hide behind, you can hide behind it. I hope the combat feels a lot smoother than... Okay, yeah, it looks like they're mashing the buttons, so it looks like it might be more fluid than 15s. Which I think I'd welcome very greatly.
Taking over.
Because with Final Fantasy 15, all you did was you held down the attack button and attacking would happen automatically.
Going in.
Which felt really weird. Get used to it, but it was really weird. There's Cross Slash. The graphics look pretty good. I wouldn't say they're like the most amazing graphics I've seen in like out of upcoming games, but they still look really stunning. The hair looks really nice.
20 minutes until detonation.
You hear that? Damn thing showed you how it's done.
Come on, we've got to move.
Okay, well that was a better showing than I was actually expecting out of Final Fantasy Remake. 7 Remake. Sephiroth's theme.
Please welcome Tetsuya Nomura, director, Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Nomura! I mean, it's gonna be smaller. You saw how she looked in Advent Children? You
Thank
got
you for
that,
joining us,
that
Nomura-san.
reduction
It is
job.
an absolute honor to have you here. Katase-san, how do you feel working with Nomura-san once again on Final Fantasy VII Remake?
はい、彼とはですね、原作の FF7 以降、何作もね、一緒にね、その後も仕事はしてるんですけども、今作のようにね、再びね、ディレクション、キャラクターデザイナー、そしてね、ストーリーとね、がっつり組むのはまた久しぶりなのでね、22年前と全く変わらない熱量でね、今作でも取り組んでいる姿を見てね、私も正直ね、喜んでいます。
Since the original Final Fantasy VII, I've worked with him on many titles, but it has been a while since we've actually had him work so heavily on a project like this, from the direction to character design to the story. And I'm really happy to see him working on this title with the same passion that he had 22 years ago.
はい、
野村さん、コメントどうぞ。
はい、今まで結構長い間お待たせしましたが、ずっと応援してくださっているファンの皆様、本当にありがとうございました。そしてですね、皆さん今日初めて、プレイ画面を結構長めに見たと思いますが、おそらく想像してたものとは少し違ったんじゃないかなと、思っております。
So first and
Welcome to
foremost,
America,
we wanted
bitch.
to extend our gratitude to those who have been waiting so patiently and have been supporting us for such a long time until now. And also, we've taken a look at gameplay right now, and we've fairly showed you a good bit.
でですね、まあそういうわけなので皆さんぜひ触れてみたいんじゃないかなと思いましてですね、実際に、触ってみたいですかね。
And I was wondering, do you guys want to actually play the game?
They're gonna have a live demo, I bet. I mean,
という
a
ことでですね
show floor demo.
明日から開催されます E3 のですね、スクエアエニックスブースの方で、セブンリメイク、プレイアブル出展していますので、ぜひ機会のある方は、触れてみてください。
So we actually have playable demo kiosks available at the Square Enix E3 booth. So I hope you have the opportunity to try it out.
I bet it's just up to that first boss, but that's still
はい。
enough, I guess.
それではですね、最後に、皆さんにご覧いただきたいものがありますので、ぜひ、昨日はですね、コンサートの方でショート版のトレーラーを、公開しましたけども、今日はロング版をご用意してますので、ぜひご覧ください。
So finally, there is something that we wanted to show you. Yesterday, we showed you a short version of a trailer at the Final Fantasy VII concert. But today we have a longer version.
Oh yeah, the concert. I heard
お願いします。
All right, please
mixed
take a look.
things about it. Apparently, they just spent the concert playing a lot of MIDIs, not like actual orchestration. Oh, let's see this trailer.
These sewer rats appear to call themselves Avalanche, sir.
Motorcycle!
You can have it for saving my life.
Okay, so it looks like they're adding stuff
You think he's a keeper?
to the Midgard section of the game. I guess that's why it's gonna be on 2 Blu-rays, with one half being all Midgar.
Y'all gotta look at the bigger picture here.
I guess they're adding a lot more stuff to that segment of the game in terms of story events. I guess that means there will be a lot more Aerith in it too. Oh, there's Tifa. Yeah, she got the boob reduction. Her skirt is so short. Fuck yes.
I heard you're having second thoughts.
I know we have to think big if we're going to make a difference. But not like this. I feel trapped.
I don't like her voice.
My turn.
Oh my god, I love the way I love the shortness of her skirt. You can see up her panties at times too. Black panties, not bad. Oh, that's gotta be after the mansion dude where Cloud has to cross-dress. Motorcycle! So, I'm guessing this is all just from before you leave Midgar. I think Tifa looks fine, even if they did shrink her bust a little bit. It's more reasonable, and I can be down with a reasonable size on things.
You're not real. You're Cloud. I have a favor to ask of you. Run away.
You have to leave. You have to live.
You bastard!
Hold on to that hatred.
So I wonder how much they're adding to this story then. Because there's a lot of... Yeah, they confirmed that release date yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. I don't know. I'm more impressed than I thought I would be by FF7 Remake at this stage. That's a dope-looking statue with the motorcycle. Fuck, I love that motorcycle. Oh my god! Okay, what now? What is this? Is this... Don't nod. This has to be fucking...
Hey, just the son I wanted
that...
to see.
With the time travel. No. Yeah, Life is Strange.
I know what happened with you guys in Seattle.
I completely forgot about this. I should have expected they would have more details about the upcoming stuff for it.
Ready when you are, young master.
Oh my god, this is so exciting. Oh my gosh.
I love the setting. It's so beautiful, man.
Time to hit the road.
So what is this one now?
As long as we're together.
I want to see what his power can do.
Come on, Daniel. You got this.
Starting to be able to control his powers.
Oh no.
No, I shouldn't do this.
Stop it, you crazy?
On the ground, now. Whoa.
Oh my god.
I miss Dad.
I'm so sorry, Daniel. I'm really glad I got to meet you.
It's the same for me.
Bro hug.
What a nice dude, man.
It's the puppy. The puppy.
I can't see anything bad about the stuff Don't Nod Studios does, except that perhaps A Night in the Woods was a better adaptation of Catcher in the Rye than the first Life is Strange was.
Oh, this is gonna be the cliffhanger.
But I mean, it was still a good adaptation.
Stop, Daniel. I said stop.
Don't grab me!
That was so intense.
It's my power, not yours.
What the? No, that's the ending, isn't it?
So this game's already out, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
From ages long ago, miasma has blanketed the world. Crystals keep the deadly miasma in check, but the crystal's power is not eternal.
Oh, never mind. This is Crystal Chronicles remake, HD or whatever. Well, I mean, I'm glad they're remaking this because
miasma would consume us all, correct?
I never knew enough people with GameCubes to play this game.
That it could be so bright.
And if this has online, yeah, good.
Friends wherever they may be.
That's all you need to know about this game. It's Crystal Chronicles with online.
Adventure close at hand.
So it'll be good.
On smartphones.
I thought this is gonna be Secret of Mana.
Crystal Chronicles Remastered Edition. This winter, embark on a new journey once more.
No release date. Fuck you. Octopath Steam Edition. I forgot they were gonna. Yeah.
Lead us on our way.
Oh, no, they officially announced it was coming to Steam earlier, didn't they? So they're just showing a trailer.
This world is full of mysteries.
I'm gonna be interested in playing this on Steam, I think. Because I was interested in it. I didn't pick it up I kind of regret not picking it up. Especially as it's a spiritual sequel to the Romancing Saga series. And I love Romancing Saga to death.
I'll strike you down.
I'm ready for you.
This is our chance.
Octopath Traveler.
Once I get some money, I want to get that game on Steam. Once I can free up my debt enough. What's this now? That looked like Kefka. Is this a new game? Oh, this is Final Fantasy MMO. It looks like. No, it's not. What is this? Unless it is. Oh, Last Remnant? Remastered? Okay, but if I have this on Steam, do I have to buy the remaster again? Oh, on Switch. Interesting. But I have it on Steam, so I think I'd pass on that. Last Remnant was okay. It wasn't like a hit or anything.
It's better! It's the one, the only, the Builders
Dragon Quest Builders 2!
It's Dragon Quest Builders 2!
But this had been announced already. But show us some more gameplay.
The children of Hargon, the vile cult that worships destruction, has outlawed the building, cooking, and creation of all things, and captured the builders.
It was on everything.
All hope seems to be lost until you, a young apprentice builder, manages to escape the
And this
clutches
one's
of
gonna be on
evil.
everything too, I think.
Washed up on the deserted shores of the Isle of Awakening, and with the help of your spirited and mysterious companion, Malroth, it is up to you to doff your mallet and club, unravel the riddles of this land, and defeat
The first one was
hateful
good, but had
children
like
of
some
Hargon.
issues. And I hope this one irons out all the issues to make for a better
Travel
game.
islands and discover your true potential as a master builder. There is a land of adventure with many islands offering unlimited building combinations. You will have to master new crafting skills on each island, with more to do and even more to create.
Ah, it's a bee car.
Everything in Dragon Quest Builders 2 is much, much bigger. Build huge structures in a larger world with more variety and options than ever before, and with a little help from the eager islanders. The world is humongous, and you'll need your wits about you to get around.
rock golem.
Run across open fields and explore ruins, treacherous mines, and spectacular castles. Dive into the watery depths to discover hidden treasures. Climb the highest mountains to catch the sunset, and glide home to rest
I
up
also
for
hope
your
it's not as much of a
next
segmented
day of
world.
adventure.
Because in the first game, there were like points where you'd go through portals to different worlds, basically.
Dispatched with cunning composure. Luckily, accompanying you on your quest is the enigmatic Malroth, an aggressive amnesiac with a fondness for fighting foes. Use powerful attacks on the battlefield to take down monstrous beasts.
And if I'm not mistaken, this has co-op too because of Malroth. Yes, I think that's what they said last time they showed this.
Till soil, plant seeds, and raise a multitude of crops. Be sure to customize the way you build your fields to support the kind of crops you're
Maybe.
growing.
But it was more
Harvest
like,
anything
oh,
from
you're
the
in the
humble
forest
cabbage
area
and
now.
wheat to
And then you finish
tantalizingly
building and a
tasty
portal would pop up in
tomato.
your town. And then you go to the desert area and you gotta build a new town in the desert area. And you can't go back to the forest area until much later on.
You and
Yeah, the
friends
co-op. Here it
team
is.
up online to build anything you can imagine. Let your creativity run wild. The only limit is your imagination.
I'm glad they're
So
showing
call
more
on
of
your
this game,
friends
though.
and build your fate together.
Yo, that should be the new character for Smash. It should be a slime. Slime for Smash!
Paved with peril, young builder.
Slime for Smash!
Only you can defeat the children of Hargon. Bring an end to destruction and save the world in Dragon Quest Builders 2!
I mean, the first one was a good game. July 12th, that's really soon. Oh, it's only starting on PS4. Fuck. Fuck.
Bold luminary.
Is this?
Chosen. Well,
No, it's not. This is...
incarnation of the luminary.
Right, because Luminary is the generic name of main character of Dragon Quest. Oh well, in 6 months, builders will come to everything that's not PlayStation.
Let's do this. I believe in you. I believe in the luminary.
Well, I can't say I'm too interested in playing Dragon Quest, like this Dragon Quest.
Do not lose heart. Do not look back.
I also feel like they've shown this off a lot before, so having this trailer here, it's just like, oh, please, don't forget, we're doing this still, please. I feel like it's a long time for them to make a Switch port of this, though. I feel like it should be out already. It's been out on Steam and everything else for a long time. Indie games? Okay, come on. Quiet Man 2. Quiet Man 2. Galicia, didn't hear about it. The Turing Test. Oh, I remember that. That game was cool. Black the Fall. I don't remember that game. Children don't remember that game either. Come on. Quiet Man, Tokyo Dark. Oh shit, I remember Tokyo Dark. Don't remember Deadbeat Heroes. Oh my god, Heads, I don't remember that one either. Fear Effects said I never actually picked that one up. Forgotten Anne. Don't remember that one either. Boundless, no. That was Square Enix? Weird. Quiet Man 2? What's this?
Hello everyone, this is Carolina.
Alberto and Carlos Mastreta.
Ah, Hispanic team.
We're a
Spain
family
or
of
Latin?
motorsport fans from Mexico, and we're the founders of Original
Latin,
Fire Games.
Mexico.
Over the last few decades, we have seen a fascinating evolution in racing games. And nowadays, you can drive almost any type of car on amazing recreations of the best tracks in the world.
However, we believe it's time to try something different. We want to do this by reviving a style that pioneered racing games decades ago.
Our game mixes top-down
What?
racing with a classic, sharp arcade look and tactile driving physics, which brings together a whole range of styles and eras of motorsport.
We are delighted to share this moment with you.
And show a sneak preview of our game, which Square Enix Collective will publish in 2020.
Join us for the ride.
I
See
can
you
tell
again
that.
soon.
Arcade Racer? Oh no, is it just a top-down one? My least favorite kind of racer. I mean, I guess it's okay. It's not my kind of racer. I don't know. I think I need to see more about it before I make a judgment call. Oh. Are they? They're gonna have an update for,
Battalion 1944
Battalion,
recaptures
yeah.
the core of classic competitive first-person shooters. You'll need to quickly coordinate strategies with your team on the fly, whilst keeping your movement nimble and your aim precise if you hope to beat out the competition. There are multiple game modes for you and your team to dive into.
I mean, cool and all, but I don't know. Is this game really doing well enough? Because it's another World War II first-person shooter.
Its competitive toolset is fully integrated into the game, bringing world-renowned competitive matchmaking, 1v1s, tournaments, rankings, and leaderboards.
I guess everyone needs their niche, but...
Kill enemies, win matches, and rank up to demonstrate your Battalion 1944 prowess and unlock
whatever.
visual customization rewards.
I mean, it has to be if they're still investing in new content for the game.
Each season will bring challenges for you to complete and medals to unlock.
Oh wait, is this game...
In-game accomplishments and providing you
I might be getting this confused with another game. I don't know. Battalion. I'm going to assume this game isn't actually out yet.
In their tracks with the rapid fire PPSH, or take fire with pixel precision with the Mosin Nagant, and a whole host of new weapons just as
Oh yeah, Mosin Nagant, that's my rifle.
With a range of environments to test your skills in, and a variety of weapons at your disposal.
Or...
Play as a team and compete to be
Yeah, it came out earlier this year. But I'm not confusing it with another game.
Available
Which I thought I
now
might
on
be.
Steam.
Which I thought I might be. Well, Eastern Front, Russia's side, that's cool. I like the Russian conflict in World War II. But like, there's so many fucking World War II shooters, they all blend together. And it's not even the height of the World War II shooter friend. Hey, you leave my vodka alone. I have tons of bottles, and you can't touch any of them. So what is this? Square Enix is on SoundCloud now? I'm okay with this. It's a dumb commercial, but I'm okay with it, because some of the early FF soundtrack classics are great. Google Music? That's it. Actually, I think it's... some of them have already been on Google Play Store. Boo! Kingdom Fails 3! So words up. Oh, let me guess. They're doing a clothing thing. Oh no, it's just a DLC, I guess. Hello, Sid! How you doing, buddy? Egg, egg, egg. Are you? Yeah, you're VIP. Good. No, you're... Fuck. There we go. Now you're officially a VIP here, Sid. Welcome aboard. Egg, egg, egg. I'll just keep playing dumb. The fuck is this trailer? Luxord. Remind. DLC. See, the applause isn't even all that thrilled for Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC.
Please welcome Naoki Yoshida, producer
Shadowbringers?
and director, Final Fantasy XIV Online.
Oh, that's 14. Final Fantasy VII Remake. They showed off some actually impressive stuff for that game. Other than that, not too terribly much.
My name is
Nothing new
Yoshida,
yet,
producer
anyhow.
and director of Final Fantasy XIV.
Yeah, we saw Tifa. She has an extremely short skirt. I love it.
僕からはいよいよこの7月2日発売となる Final Fantasy XIV 拡張パッケージ第3弾漆黒のヴィランズの紹介をさせていただきます。
So we'd like to take a little bit of your time to
Okay, Sid,
show off
Sid,
Shadowbringers
I don't want to
Final
burst your
Fantasy
bubble.
14's
I
third
don't want to burst your
expansion pack,
bubble.
which is releasing on July the 2nd.
They gave her boob reduction. She's not big boobed anymore.
2013年に新生オルゼアレルムリボーンが発売されてから
They're now a
6年が経ち
reasonable
ま
normal
した
size for a
なんと
lady.
世界で累計登録アカウント数1600万を突破しなんとこのですね漆黒のヴィランズの発売を前にして
I mean, to be fair, they reduced her bust size all the way back in Advent Children.
これらはすべて世界中のプレイヤー光の戦士の皆さんのおかげです。この場を借りて改めてお礼申し上げます。
It's been 6 years since
No,
the
her
release of
entire
A Realm
character
Reborn
was
in
built around her
2013.
super
And over
tiny
the years,
skirt,
we've
Sid.
surpassed
Come
16
on.
million total registered users. Plus,
And her skirt is
we've
as
reached
short
the
as ever.
highest number of active subscribers in history, in its history, before the launch of Shadowbringers. This is all thanks to our players, our warriors of light.
このシャドーブリンガーズではですね、拡張パッケージにとどまらない新作
And she has a short
RPG 1
skirt so you can see the
本
ass
分のボリュー
better.
ムとそしてゲーム体験をお届けしたいと思います。
To be fair, she never really had ass in the first place.
Simple expansion pack, but as a new game filled with volume and gameplay experiences that are comparable to a brand new standalone RPG title.
But can you join the dark side now?
ガンブレーカー、それから
Is
踊り
that
子
why she's called
新種族のロ
Shadowbringer?
スガルとビエラなどこれからファイナルファンタジー14を始める皆さんにも多数の新規の要素が用意されています。
And there's so many new elements in the game for those who have yet to play Final Fantasy XIV, including 2 new jobs, the Gunbreaker and the Dancer, as well as 2 new playable
Gunbreaker.
races, the Frothgar and the Viera.
ぜひ
But I haven't kept up with Final Fantasy XIV enough to really be able to properly comment on this. I played it like non-stop for 1 month, canceled my subscription, and got what I needed out of that
We're
game.
excited to bring Shadowbringers as the latest installment in the Final Fantasy franchise for our fans to enjoy, at least until 2020 March 3rd, when Final Fantasy VII Remake comes out.
それでは
Yeah,
いよいよ7月
Final Fantasy VII Remake though looks much more hype than I thought it would.
なるその漆黒のヴィランズのローンチトレーラーをご覧いただこうと思います。
We are pleased to bring a world premiere of the launch trailer for Shadowbringers releasing on July the 2nd.
Please take a look.
That's pretty soon, July 2nd.
Well, if it ain't the oldest joke in the book. And when, pray tell, did we last have a dark night?
I doubt there's gonna be any because it's Final Fantasy.
Years ago, that's
There weren't any in 15.
In that chaotic no man's land between realms, time and space warp and blend in unexpected ways. What Urianger saw was the future.
I'm confused. I'd be willing to go back and check out this game
They were once living
if
creatures or people that were caught.
I had a group to play with.
Once the change is wrought, there is no.
And if either someone paid for my subscription for me, or if I were able to accrue enough money that I could probably...
Has confounded us for nigh on 100
Well,
years.
obviously I need enough money to break out of my debt first.
Another has risen up in its place, born of the self-same ether, relinquished by its predecessor.
Fucking hospital bills, man. Don't get sick, everyone. Don't break anything. Stay out of the hospital. Hospitals are bad if you live in America.
That's him. That's Volthree.
Is that a big... Oh, no, that's a belly.
Sin Eaters are part of Yulmor's society. But they must be fed with ether. Living ether.
Oh, that's why they're called gunbreakers. They use fucking gun blades. Final Fantasy VIII style.
This world's beyond.
That was a fucking gun blade.
like those who try to save it.
That's another Gunblade.
This world has had its fill of heroes.
I don't know, this looks interesting. I said already. Final Fantasy XIV's an MMO I'd be interested in going back to. I just don't have the means to do an MMO at the moment. I don't have a group to play with.
For this moment. For the one possessed of her blessing.
Especially if they're allowing you to join the dark side now. Or quote, the dark side. And there's gonna be like that conflict.
And sacrifice.
That seems very
The will
interesting.
of the star was made manifest.
I'm sorry, I can only assume I misheard. But it sounded an awful lot like you were implying both Zodiac and Hydaelyn are not gods. But
They are gods after a fashion, yes. The eldest and most powerful of primals.
Okay, so I know enough about Final Fantasy 14 to know seeing their primals is a big fucking deal. Jeez. Oh shit, Techland. I forgot those guys were with Square Enix. This is Dying Light 2. I'm still excited for this game. I completely forgot Techland was with Square Enix. Fuck. This should have been in my expectations. I'm still expecting this to be a good game. Well, that's the thing about Dying Light, because Dying Light's always been zombie melee survival with parkour. Spring 2020, that's a good time frame. It's always had elements of Mirror's Edge, but with more combat to it. What's this now? Wait. This... Romancing Saga! Oh my god! So are these just straight ports, or... are these... It looks like just a straight port, which I don't mind. Since... well, obviously, they never came to America officially before. So the Romancing Saga series is a predecessor series, New Lobsters. I don't know, Sid. It should be showing up well for you. Is it black for anyone else? But yeah, Romancing Saga is a prequel series, or not a prequel. It's like the spiritual series that set the stage for what Octopath Traveler is. Because they have very similar structures in which you have multiple characters doing their own thing and having an intertwining story. God. So there's an old one and a new one. Oh, that's great. I like that. Look, I still have Romancing Saga Remake 1 on PS2.
Final Fantasy Brave Exvius.
I played this game for a stint.
Has surpassed 39 million downloads.
I played this game
Now,
pretty hardcore
Square
for a
Enix
stint at
proudly
the
presents
beginning
the
of, not
international
last year, the year
reveal of a
before.
new title born from the FFBE universe. War of the Visions, Final Fantasy Brave Exvius.
Okay.
These two titles, FFBE and War of the Visions, will be the pillars
Okay.
of the growing world of Lapis.
Tell us more.
This is the story of Ardora, a continent of Lapis. A tiny spark here ignites the flames that would embroil the entire continent in conflict.
But will you have Ariana Grande in this one?
Conflict, later spoken of as the War of the Visions. Leonis, ruled by the Red Lion Monarch,
So for those
possesses
that
the
don't
power
know,
of visions, as well as twin princes.
the entire setup for Brave Exvius is that you play as characters that can summon spirits from other worlds, and of course the spirits are other Final Fantasy characters, so... It was like a collectathon for
Where the king of the
Final Fantasy
savages has
crossover.
organized the barbarian tribes into Ardora's
And it was an
mightiest
old school
militant
JRPG style game. It was
Blessed,
okay.
The Great Eastern Kingdom, over which reigns its icy despot. Crystal Sanctum, a religious city-state with believers throughout Ardora, founded by one who claims to be God. Each burdened with its own dignity, thus is the curtain drawn on a struggle in which the fate of nations
Yo!
rests.
A tactical style game!
All is for one's homeland.
Yo! I'm actually really fucking
War
hyped
of
for
the
this.
Visions, Final Fantasy Brave Exvius.
So what's it gonna be
Now
on?
in development.
Oh. They can't tell us what's gonna be on? Wait, what? Oh, is this just gonna be more, We Smiling Few? Or We Happy Few, I mean? I think this is gonna be more We Happy Few. Oh, it's something new. This is a cinematic trailer. Is this gonna be their own version of the looter shooter? This is gonna be their answer to Anthem and Destiny. But not Warframe, because there's no way it could be better than Warframe. Outriders. I mean, it looked cool, but it told us next to nothing. Summer next year. But what is the game? What is the game? It told us nothing.
Please welcome Sebastian Wojciechowski, studio head, People Can Fly.
Okay, good. They're not done with it. I want to know what the game is before I get excited.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sebastian Wojciechowski, studio head at People Can Fly, the studio behind Bulletstorm and Gears of War Judgment. Yeah, any Bulletstorm fans in the house?
Bulletstorm was a good game.
Wow, let me tell
Gears of
you,
War
it feels
Judgment
great
was
to be here.
okay.
It feels amazing to be able to finally announce.
A lot of people like to hate on
Outriders.
Judgment, but I thought it was fine.
I'd
It
like
was
to
an
thank
interesting
the
take
team
on
at
the
People Can
world.
Fly. You guys are amazing, and I know that some of you are watching this live, even though it's 4 a.m. in the morning in Poland. So make a noise for them, please.
Poland, woo! I once
you.
dated a girl that was
And of
from
course,
there.
Square Enix for the help and support as we work together on this exciting new IP. You know, over the past few years, People Can Fly has grown to
Back in
over
high school.
200 developers and 4 studios across Poland, the UK, and most recently the US to bring you what is our most ambitious shooter to date. To present more,
I stayed with her because her
to
name is
present more
Monica.
of our vision, I would
They
like to
could have
take
made a
this
lot of
moment
jokes
to introduce a short video
when,
from our game director, Bartek Mita.
Doki Doki Literature
thanks a
Club
lot.
came out.
More on Outriders this winter.
Oh
Thank you.
well. Honestly, if I had stayed with her that long, we might as well have been married. That would have been like, what, 16 years? Something like that?
Shooters are in our DNA. It's our passion. And it's what we do. Outriders
20 years?
draws on all our experience from all our
16
previous
years.
titles.
I'm gonna stop thinking about that. Because I've been drinking
It's
a little
a
bit.
game we wanted to make for a very long time. We describe Outriders as a dark, modern shooter built with traditional values. By that, I mean we are creating an experience with a strong story that you can enjoy with your friends or on your own.
What kind of game is it?
We
A
want
shooter,
to tell
yes.
a complete story. We are confident we are building a shooter with a powerful gunplay, incredible weaponry,
Okay.
and a
Nice
hostile
looking
new world
guns.
we want to spend many hours in.
Enemies look pretty
it's
cool.
It's had in our heads ever since People Can Fly left Epic Games. Outriders is a 1, 2, or 3-player drop-in, drop-out co-op shooter. In our
3-player
game,
max,
you
weird.
create your own Outrider and journey across the hostile planet of Enoch in search of the source of a mysterious signal. It's a pretty dark and unforgiving world.
So it's
yes,
Borderlands.
There's a lot more depth to the game,
But dark and gritty without the humor.
right now.
Yeah, and one less person. I'm interested in seeing more about that game, but I don't know yet. To be fair, it could have the humor because Bulletstorm had humor.
Reincarnation is the foundation of our way of life. We
This is
celebrate the
new.
lives we've been given and offer up prayers for the next. It is grief of death which shackles the living and causes the dead to stray. Indeed, there is no greater
Wait.
affront to reincarnation. So we turn our
Wait a
grief to
second.
joy as we send off the dead.
Is this a new... Oh god, what's that game? It was on the 3DS.
But the souls of those who held back their tears in life still need
Bravely Default?
salvation in death. A duty that falls to the Watchers. The Watchers watchers
Where's there something else?
sever the bonds that
Oh
tie
wait,
the
they showed
lost
this
to
off
world
before.
and send them off to the next. They navigate the emotions of the living.
Okay, I remember them.
They prize life above all else.
They didn't show like a lot of it, but they like teased that it existed. Fuck, I forget exactly when.
This is the story of one watcher.
GDC. That's when they shut it off. Yeah, that one. Anunnaki. August 22nd. That game looks cool. Action RPG, top-down style. Come on, mana, mana, mana. Mana? Question mark? Whoa! Final Fantasy VIII! I'm guessing this is her Switch. About damn time. Well, you know, now I don't have to worry about playing it on my original PlayStation anymore. This game was really fucking weird back in the day. It had cool things. It had the Gunblade. It had Triple Triad for the first time. This game is still fucking weird. Also, Quistis still makes my dick hard. Fuck yeah. Quistis over Tifa every day. I'm happy they're finally redoing it, or remastering it. Oh, is this just cause? Yeah, this is just cause. Oh no, this is that Avengers game! Fuck, I forgot about this.
Check it out at once. Try to keep up.
Okay, I guess they're not using the likenesses, but
This just got a whole lot more interesting.
I thought the rumors said this is gonna be set in, or based off of Marvel Cinematic Universe. You know, maybe it still is, they just couldn't do the likenesses.
Secure the bridge. Those weapons can't get in this. How you set them up? Bob, knock them down.
What's your status?
Yeah, it's an Avengers game. Also, hi, Action! Hello and welcome.
Is that a joke? Did Thor make a joke? Cap, they got pulsar tanks.
Okay, yeah, I can see where this is based off of the cinematic universe rather than the comic book universe. Even if they're not... Yeah, even if they're not using likenesses of the actors. But that's okay. Actually, no, those aren't the voices either. Doing okay, Action. We're just watching this and kind of giving reactions.
Some say they were set up. Others
call them murderers.
Do the Avengers pose a
Excuse me.
danger to society? That was the question, Bruce. That was the question.
Well, we all lost something that day.
We'll see.
But that's not how this story ends.
Well, I'm interested. I don't know if we necessarily need to see more than that before the game comes out, but I'm interested for certain.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Hopefully they don't drop the ball on this.
Please welcome Sean Eskai, Creative Director, Crystal Dynamics, and Bill Roseman, Vice President
I mean, Crystal
and
Dynamics
Creative
does have
Director,
good pedigree.
Marvel Games.
How you doing, by the way, Action? Doing good?
Thank you. We love you. Yeah.
Yeah, we love your couch.
Thank you, everyone. We are incredibly excited to reveal Marvel's Avengers to the world. A few years ago, Crystal Dynamics and Marvel began collaborating on an original Avengers game. One that combined epic action-adventure with cinematic storytelling. A game where we as players can experience in both single-player and co-op what it's like to be Earth's mightiest heroes.
Do I have any true
when they
believers in the house? Yes! Awesome. Because you will instantly recognize your favorite superheroes and villains, but you'll also see that they're unique to this game, as this is Crystal's interpretation of these iconic characters.
Our story begins at A-Day, as San Francisco celebrates the opening of the Avengers West Coast headquarters, and the team's custom helicarrier, outfitted with a strange experimental energy source. However, the day turns deadly when an attempt to steal this new technology results in massive destruction. Blamed for the tragedy, the Avengers are outlawed and our heroes disband.
5 years later, a horrific evil threatens the world, and our only hope is to reassemble Earth's mightiest heroes.
Yeah.
You'll play as your favorite Avengers in an all-new original story.
They didn't necessarily show that much gameplay, though, is the problem.
Marvel heroism and humanity. It's about losing what matters to you most and fighting to get it back.
Yeah! Yeah! Most importantly, this is a story about self-acceptance in the face of adversity, about embracing our individual powers and learning that together we are mighty.
You'll lead the team as the legendary super soldier, Captain America.
Okay, Captain America, good.
You'll call down the lightning as the Asgardian god of thunder, Thor. You'll channel the anger of scientist Bruce Banner by unleashing the Hulk. You'll gather intel and strike swiftly as the ultimate tactical spy, Black Widow. And
I
finally,
hope that's not the whole
you'll
team.
blast through the sky as the charismatic Tony Stark. Known to the
Okay, now
wider
it's
world
working.
as the armored
My
Iron
chat
Man.
display wasn't showing up for some reason. Oh, well.
To bring this incredible story to life, we've assembled an all-star cast. I'll let them introduce themselves.
DLC of it, probably.
So, here we are. Avengers assembled. Who are you people again? Hi, I'm Troy Baker, and I play Bruce Banner.
Hi, I'm Jeff Shine, and I play Captain America.
Hi, I'm Travis Willingham, and I play Thor.
Hi, I'm Laura Bailey, and I'm playing Black Widow.
Oh, they've got a
Nolan
good
North.
voice
I play
casting.
Tony Stark. There's certain characters I don't think
Wow.
you ever have to be talked into.
Yeah.
You know, so we'd like to have you play Tony Stark, Iron Man. Yeah, yes.
They've got a really good voice cast for this. Holy fuck.
You know, everybody always portrays him as this super confident character, and I think it's a mask for him. I think he's one of the most vulnerable guys.
I think Bruce is just such a cool character. A lot of people are really quick to bring out the big green, but I think that Bruce is a super complex character and it's fun, and I've never played him before.
What is very relatable about Natasha is she's extremely capable, but she's at the core, she's human. She's
But-
surrounded by all of this larger than life stuff, and she has to step up to it.
I feel like Thor got really interesting in the last like 10 or 15 years. For me, I like where he's kind of landed in the public eye, you know.
One of the things I think is cool about Cap is I never feel like he necessarily wants to be a leader. He accepts that he is. I feel like sometimes the best leaders are the ones who
Kinda
don't
wanna see
necessarily
more
want to be,
gameplay, though.
but they're right for the job.
Having an original story to tell as well.
I mean, I guess
what they've done at Crystal Dynamics is great. So
the writing is important too.
Pretty stoked.
The Avengers are at their best when they are all together.
Because I mean, part of the reason the movies are so good was because of the writing
Do not shake.
and their depictions.
Thanks everybody for joining us. Can't wait for you to be able to play the game, but right now, you don't have to wait for some exclusive content.
Exclusive content? What the hell? After 80,
Do the
oh boy.
Avengers pose a danger to society? That was the question, Bruce. That was the question.
Did you even check the science? Did you check
It was a
the science?
heist, Bruce.
No.
We were
no.
outsmarted.
The Terrigen reactor was unstable, and you knew that. You knew that, and you still paraded it before the entire world.
So what? We just give up?
We didn't give up, Tony. We failed. At least I can admit that. No, we failed him. We failed him.
Okay. Yeah, so then the rumors are right
Please
that this is
welcome
supposed to be somehow
Scott Amos, head of studio, and Megan Marie, senior community
Cinematic.
and social media manager, Crystal Dynamics.
Hello, E3. You've just seen a high-level view of the cinematic and character-driven campaign of Marvel's Avengers. But launch is only the beginning of this adventure.
Marvel's Avengers delivers a narrative over multiple years with exciting new content released at a regular basis.
Like
Wait,
the
what?
Avengers, you and your friends are stronger together. You'll assemble into teams of up to 4 players online
a 4-player online.
where you can master extraordinary abilities.
I call
where
Black
you can
Widow.
customize a growing roster of heroes and defend the Earth from ever-escalating threats. Oh yes, oh yes. And to
Call
make sure
Rochambeau when
everyone
she's
comes
available.
on this journey with us, we're incredibly thrilled to announce that every new superhero and every new region will be delivered at no additional cost. Oh yeah.
Is this gonna be an MMO kind of thing?
So our promise to the community is that we won't have random loot boxes or pay-to-win scenarios.
So is this Avengers looter shooter?
This
That
game
disappoints me a
represents
little bit more,
collaboration
actually.
across Crystal Dynamics, Marvel Games, I know you're out here. IDOS Montreal, these guys are here. Nixie Software, our new Crystal Northwest studio, and everyone at Square Enix.
Yeah, but they also said it's going to be a cinematic story.
So
I
our
don't-
game is about embracing your powers and living your
I don't know.
superhero dreams. We have an exclusive gameplay demo in our booth that will show you more of the core campaign, its original story, and our superheroes in action.
So, Marvel's Avengers will release worldwide on PS4, Xbox One, Stadia, and PC.
Stadia, okay.
We got you covered. And we're excited to be partnering with PlayStation to bring some awesome surprises to the PlayStation audience. Including early beta access.
Yeah, you missed a little bit here. Final Fantasy VIII Remaster, Marvel, a few other stuff.
Before we go, we have one final glimpse into our world.
Is it going to be Steam or Epic?
When you'll get to play
on
this
PC.
game. This is what's next for the Avengers. Thank you, true believers.
I wonder how much Marvel paid them to say that True Believers thing over and over again.
Plan, but it's risky. Hank, that doesn't look ready.
Come on, Tony, live a little.
Yo, thanks for the sub, Slugnut. Wait, is that Ant-Man?
It worked.
It's sort of cute when they're small.
Ah, didn't doubt you for a second, Hank.
May 15th, 2020. Not too bad. Yo, welcome to the Pyglomerate, Slugnut. You're in. You got the emotes. Okay, was that it? Oh, the curtain's closed. I'm sad there was rumors of a secret or not a secret Amana, but a Mana comeback. Although I guess we got a Romancing Saga and a new Saga game. So I can't be disappointed by that. Oh shit. Okay, so I was let down by some of my expectations. Here, let's go back. Yeah, that. Let's go. Give me one here, boys. Okay, we're coming back here. At all. Okay, so I had some expectations. Well, I guess I could leave it. Okay, so my expectations. I got let down pretty hard by my expectations. So, FF7 Remake is a letdown. I think we've learned that it's actually something to be a little bit more hyped about than I thought it would be. Especially, it seems like they're not just doing one for one, they're gonna flesh out the story in ways that they didn't do with the original one. Like, yes, Lugnut, you missed Tifa. They showed her. Her skirt is short as ever. World of Mana collection also didn't end up happening. Wait, I can get a thing. So that was not a thing. World of Mana, also not a thing. I'm sad because Legend of Mana is still like my favorite game of all time. Actually, I have multiple copies of it because each one's damaged in a different way. That way I could disc swap when playing it originally. We didn't get another Quiet Man, which I'm a little disappointed only because I really like the playthrough that we ended up doing on my stream of Quiet Man, the first one. If you haven't watched it, check it out later. Of course they wouldn't admit that Kingdom Hearts 3 was a colossal failure. And a matter of fact, they're gonna have DLC. Yo, Zendo, welcome. And And no Tomb Raider, not even a mention. Although I guess that was just no, that came out last year. I thought for sure they would have something DLC related for that. I think what we were shown is pretty good. Yeah, we got FF8, FF8 Remaster. FF7 Remake actually looks like it might be kinda hype. It looks like it might be pretty hype. Tifa's skirt is still short, and it looks really good. We got two new, well, one old one being remastered, and another one that's brand new. Romancing Saga games. I don't know. We got a lot of stuff that came out that looked really good. Onikini, I forget what that game was. That game looked cool. They had some good stuff, I think. I think they had some good stuff. Okay, so now we got the Square Enix conference out of the way. Give me one moment here. I'm gonna fade out for a sec while I get ready. I want to change all the headers, because now we get to move on to that. I'm gonna sum up everything that happened in every other conference throughout the day. Probably fill up another half hour or so, and we will be watching some trailers that dropped. Some of the ones that I think are interesting. So bear with me for a moment while I get that set up. Yeah, I wonder, because they did say they lost the original source codes, you're right. So I'm curious about that, definitely. But, I mean, either way, I'm glad they're finally doing it. And, I mean, I don't know. It was a weird game, but it still had its moments, its quirks, you know. It still had its merits. That's what I was thinking about. Honestly, it was reminding me of, yeah, I guess Type 0. It looked better than the ATB that was in Final Fantasy 15, since it looks like you still have to mash, and I think that's something good. Bear with me a moment, because I'm trying to get this... Well, I'm gonna... Hey, Panda. Yeah, that was a conference, alright. I think... I honestly, showing my expectations and given the outcome, there is a lot that I just didn't expect out of that, and I guess I'm happy we got what we did. I think I'm really happy we got what we did. Especially seeing FF8, like, remaster, that's pretty cool. FF8's, I think, underrated. I know it's not the best one. I'm not gonna lie and say it's, like, a classic or anything. But I think it's still cool. Okay. Let me just update the title, because now we're doing Day 2 recap. That. It's true, yeah. It's nice to see how they want to have the whole. The next thing I would like to see, I guess after FF7 Remake is done, for them to do the remake, the good one, FF6. D2 recap. Okie dokie. And Viola, I forgot to... Okay, we're editing this a little bit live. Give me... There. Okay. How does that look? Is everything readable? Because we're going from top to bottom, starting with the Upload VR conference. I'm still sad they didn't announce the World of Mana collection. That was rumored to be at E3. I want Legend of Mana modernized. Whatever. Anyhow, we're moving on. We're doing this now. And I'm going to be cutting in and out for trailers, so I'm going to go down the list. Because, let's see, what's the first trailer that I have? Okay, so the first thing, actually probably just... Okay, so, yeah, it's true, rumors aren't always true. Okay, so Upload VR. I'm just gonna kind of gloss over things really quickly to go through. So we got... It started with an interesting game. After the Fall, VR 2020. Looked like Left 4 Dead in VR. So that was a thing. The Wizard's Dark Times, which I wrote here, some fantasy looking shit. So the first really interesting thing, budget cuts coming to PSVR, which I think is really cool. Budget Cuts is a good game, and I think being able to play it, you know, in more spots is a good thing. The next thing, and I have the trailer for this, and I'm actually really excited for this. We're gonna just hop right on over to this one. Angry Birds VR.
Hello! We need to put aside our differences and work together.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Which is cool, because it looks like it's off the movie instead this time. It's got couch co-op. It's a PSVR exclusive, which is the only bummer. But I'm actually really excited for more Angry Birds. I'm actually a big fan of Angry Birds.
Okay,
so seeing
let's do this.
more Angry Birds is exciting to me.
This is the amazing team I've been working around the clock for.
Okay, cancel because we don't want to go on. Okay, so we're gonna go back. Window capture. So we got Angry Birds 2 VR, which I think is cool. I'd be interested in seeing it come to not PlayStation VR, but I mean, it's a start. It's one of the downsides with most of the things at the showing. A lot of them are PSVR exclusive. There's also a Doctor Who VR game. We can fly the TARDIS. It's coming out September 2019. They didn't necessarily show that much, only that it's like going to be an original story. Disciples of Dawn, spoopy game, medieval, looked okay. Lo-fi, which at first I thought was like new Elite Dangerous stuff, but it looked cool. There's spaceship, you fly around, it was okay. Then there was this one, which we're gonna hop over to. I have a trailer for that. Akron, which, not so loud. This game looked cool. This game looked cool because it's mixed mode, So, some people play on the phones. One person in the VR headset plays to the tree. And so it's like a 1v3 where people have to steal the nuts, and if you're the tree, you gotta defend your nuts. Exactly. And it looks cool. And it's, like I said, it's a mixed mode, so it's like one person's in the VR headset, the other 3 people are playing off their cell phones trying to, you know, defeat the other person with the VR headset. So I thought that was cool. It's gonna be an Oculus exclusive though, so get your, I forget what the thing is that lets you use the HTC Vive and Steam VR stuff with Oculus. Get that ready if you don't have a Oculus. They showed off a Walking Dead zombie survival game in VR called Onslaught. The only thing that looked good about that, or looked notable because they didn't show a whole lot, was that there's smooth locomotion for movement, which is cool. There's a hotel rock and roll star simulator where the entire goal is to smash hotel rooms. That looked okay, kind of dumb. The people at Kinda Funny Games are making a new... I thought it looked neat. It's like a mech game, but you're playing tabletop. So it's just a virtual tabletop game. It was weird. The next notable thing really was Sirento VR, which is a game one of the first quickies I ever did for my Twitch channel. Sirento is finally going to be available on PSVR. So if you haven't picked it up, if you don't have PC VR, it's literally still one of the best VR experiences you could probably get right now. So seeing that on PSVR is pretty good. I encourage you to go to the archives and check out the quick look I did of it. The quickie I did of it. Arizona Sunshine's also coming to PSVR, but I was never much of a fan of that game in the first place. Dance Central VR, I'm glossing over it because Ubisoft later. Echo Wina gonna be on Quest. Lone Echo 2. I didn't pull a trailer for that. Lone Echo 2. It's a sequel. Lone Echo 1 was really good. It was Oculus exclusive, and so is this one because it's first party. I'm excited because they were very good games, very story driven in early VR. So I'm interested to see what 2 does, evolving it, considering they've had more time. Things have changed in VR since then. They showed off Boneworks, but it's nothing that they didn't already show off beforehand on their personal YouTube channel. Let's see, the next big thing, Asgard's Wrath. They showed off a lot of this before, but they also showed it off here. Notable things, you turn a shark into a shark man, and then to get him to be your buddy, you gotta fist bump him. It's probably up there with Boneworks in terms of, I think it could actually be a killer app for VR. That's... Yeah, because getting just not 20 minutes of footage of that game is kind of hard to find. I encourage you to go and look up, like, go Google Asgard's Wrath once we're done here. That's definitely a VR game to keep an eye on, alongside Boneworks here. They showed not a lot. It was a story trailer for, it looks like it might be a game similar to Thief, but in VR, called Rogan. I forget the rest of the name. Like Rogan, Thief in the Castle or something like that. There's some Arizona Sunshine DLC, but I never thought Arizona Sunshine was a very good game in the first place, so mileage will vary with that. Espire looked cool. Espire 1. It looked like Splinter Cell in VR. And you can climb on things with magnetic hands because you're a robot. So that was cool. They confirmed Budget Cuts 2. It looked like Budget Cuts but outside, which isn't a bad thing. Budget Cuts was really good. And then this one I have a trailer for, Pistol Whip, because I think this is one game that's a little bit better to show than it is to just straight up talk about. Let's go to this trailer. Just because this has a lot of style. My friend Pedro was yesterday. That was Devolver. And you know what? This looks like My Friend Pedro if it were a VR game. And like, that game just looked cool. They said there might be like, they talked about how there's like a rhythm component to it. So that's really cool. Okay, so that kind of brings to close the the VR presentation that was done. After this was the, as I wrote here, the PC Gamer Show. And they actually had, okay, so they had a lot of stuff. But they actually had some really interesting things here too. Like, stuff I'm legitimately excited for coming out of it. So they showed off Evil Genius 2. It's a really cool, so the first one was really good, so I'm expecting the second one to be good too. Especially if you're like me, you always like playing the bad guy. More exciting, they showed off Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. And I'm old enough to remember the first game. Because the first game was fucking magnificent. We're watching the trailer now, and it's like 5 minutes long. Enjoy yourselves. It's 4, almost a half minutes.
Guess I have to be the one to tell you.
No, I'm saying I'm old, Slugnut. It's a mixture of cinematic.
You're dead.
Loud. Okay, I remember playing it when it launched. I'll put it that way.
The city. We're all fighting over scraps here.
I remember playing it when it was new.
Fire, shaken by quakes.
Whatever you do in my city, I will hear about it.
I'm so happy they're making a
Seattle
sequel
is
to
firmly
it.
under my control.
You're obviously new to this whole existence, but truth is, most of you types won't even make it a whole year. So you probably figured out that you need to drink blood.
I can't wait to see their interpretation of the different factions, the story.
Are carved up by political factions.
It looks good.
Never
That's
tell
your
anyone about
essence
what you are.
vision.
See, vampires are extremely territorial. Unwittingly poach in someone's territory and suddenly whip. We have one rule. You don't break the masquerade.
The powers look cool. I can't wait to see if the combat's more action-y. It looks more action-y. Well, I can't wait to see how it flows.
Welcome to the first day of the rest of your death. Having fun yet?
I can't wait to see the Malthusians. I think I'm pronouncing that wrong. The insane vampires. They were always my favorite.
I'm happy to see you accepted my invitation. All I need you to do is to find a thin blood by the name of Slug.
Okay,
He's in
Ian.
hiding. But the
Yeah.
Nosferatu most likely
That's exactly
know
who they
where
were,
he is.
Slugnut.
Once you find Slug,
I always like
all
playing
you
them
have
because they
to
were
do
also
is
insane.
Purchase some information off of him. Feel free to use whatever methods are needed to get him to comply.
I assume your handlers have sent you to find our smelly friend. You can find Slug under the freeway, or in a place the locals call the jungle. He's smart enough to hide among the homeless down there, but not quite smart enough to do it well. Talk to him about coming to see us, and no one needs to know. We'll let you keep anything you've been promised from whoever sent you to me. But you'll want to watch yourself. Lots of unsavory animals in the jungle.
I don't know you.
Yeah.
That's a good start.
Slug is a coward, but he survived this long on his own, so he's bound to be a handful.
It looks so good. I can't wait.
he's also not the only one you'll need to look out for.
I want to see more of this game. I want to see like some live gameplay. Yeah, I think so.
We'll let you keep anything you've been promised.
Just let me go. Come on. Just let me leave.
And here we get to see some of the dialogue. I can't wait. It's gonna be so good. Q1 2020. He just burst that thing into blood with his fucking mind. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. Oh, he's so good. Yeah, well, it's Paradox Interactive, so it's you know, they're reputable for a lot of good, like, Western style RPGs. I'm trying to think what else they did recently. I know they did something good. Not Original Sin, Tyranny. They did Tyranny. And Tyranny is a great fucking game. If nobody's played Tyranny before, they ought to, especially if you like playing the bad guy. Okay, so we'll head back to my notes here. Back to PC Gamer Show. Starmancer. They showed Chivalry too. It looks like Chivalry, but bigger and better. Not really much more that needs to be said about that. Midnight Ghost Hunt? Which it literally looked like Prop Hunt from Gary's Mod. But with more Ghostbusters. They had some weird hardware sales commercials. There's one for a chair, there's one for a Samsung monitor. Funcom did a pretty interesting set of showings here. Mutant Year Zero, which I haven't had a chance to play, but it looks really cool. It's gonna be a new DLC coming at the end of the month. Conan Unconquered, which looks like a Conan-based city builder survival game, kind of. Sort of like They Are Billions. Moons of Madness, coming on Halloween. Looked very Lovecraftian, but not a lot was shown about it. And apparently that April Fool's game they put out, Conan Chop Chop, isn't an April Fool's joke, it's a real game. And it looks very much like a Zelda set in the Conan universe. September 3rd for release date. Looked okay. Last Oasis looked like a weird desert survival game, but they had like weird dragonfly boat things. Gonna have an early access, but not too terribly much was shown about it. Age of Wonders is getting a new sci-fi spin on that franchise with Planetfall. They have dinosaurs with lasers. It's an RTS game that's kind of Civilization-like. So if you're not into those games, you might not like this one. I thought Age of Wonders was a pretty cool series leading up to this, and seeing a sci-fi spin on it is pretty cool. It's coming out August 6th. Sniper Elite Zombie Army Dead War 4. I don't think I need to say any more about that. Great fucking little spin-off series of Sniper Elite. There were zombies with flamethrowers. You could see Adolf Hitler's face in the sky. Coming out in 2020 sometime. That's on my radar. Perfect World showed off. I have a trailer for this. I thought this game looked really interesting. Here, let's jump to the trailer.
For nearly 100 years, the Root have ravaged the Earth. An unending assault without reason.
At first, I thought they were bringing back Secret World.
To a hatred that we do not understand.
But even without that, I can still see a lot of shades of Secret World in this game.
Our world and the countless worlds beyond.
Except it's more action-y.
Unless you rise to meet it. A trial by fury and blood. You seek the source of death itself. Prepare yourself.
It is not.
They are here.
I thought the exact same thing, Panda. Because it looks so much like Secret World. But I think this is what you could say is a spiritual successor to that. Remnants from the ashes. But on anything. And that looked cool, and I thought it was worth highlighting. I forget what else they said. Notes here. Lots of Celtic looking stuff. August 20th. Oh yeah, it's supposed to be like procedurally generated. So like the quests and stuff. They made all the different parts. Kind of like what a Warframe quest is like. They made all the parts, but the game will like dynamically put things together to make it fresh each time you play through. And I thought that was a really cool idea. It's, you know, it's only going to be able to tell if they do it well enough. Once the game actually comes out, people get their hands on it and stuff. But in concept, it's really cool. Yeah. Like, a lot of the styling looked like Wiccan/Celtic in terms of, like, enemy designs and stuff. And the runes and stuff. It looked really cool. So, that was a game that hit my radar. It made a blip. Other things. What was this? Oh yeah, Griftlands, which I never went back and looked up the name of the game that it reminds me of. There was a roguelike that came out earlier this year that also used cards. Looks like it has a great art style. It's like a adventure game, but you have cards for your moves and stuff. Coming out, or it's going into alpha in July. Was it Slay the Spire? Oh, then I did get it right. I thought it was Slay the Spire, but I wasn't entirely sure. Anyhow, Planet Zoo. It's from the same people that made Planet Coaster, except instead of roller coasters, it's now a zoo. If you're into that kind of game, it's coming out in November. There was some Shenmue 3 talk. Yu Suzuki was on stage talking about Shenmue 3, and I have the trailer. Not necessarily Yu Suzuki talking, but I have... Whoops, I forgot to... There we go. It's a short trailer showing...
Honestly, I don't think your kung fu is strong enough.
Gameplay and some really bad-looking faces.
A long time ago, martial arts were bad, but humans
yeah,
are
I'm sad.
interesting creatures.
They announced it's going to be on the Epic Store exclusively.
Away from prying eyes and became stronger. One even practiced atop this very boat. Non-Trend survived the ban and was passed on in this way.
The game looks good though, except for the faces.
What did you say to me? Stop it. They threaten and extort money from shop owners, get drunk by noon, and cause trouble. Everyone in town is afraid of them.
They are heartless.
Hey, wait right there.
Okay.
I mean, it looks like Shenmue.
This is him.
And I'm not disappointed with that.
This guy who got in our way.
You've got some guts to barge in here on your own.
Yeah, he's still in China. November 19th, Epic Games Store. And PS4 if you you really want to be a plebeian. Okay, and let's see, what else did I have written here? Oh yeah, there's a game that looked like, so there have been, I think, 6 Heroes of Might and Magic games by now, but the series kind of ran off the rails at like Might and Magic 4, Heroes of Might and Magic 4, and I think seeing a game that takes this sequel as the spirit of the one everyone considers to be the best one, number 2, is pretty cool. And the name of that song was Songs of Conquest, and then the subtitle is Classic Adventure Strategy. The Songs of Conquest, that looked in. There's some other stuff here, but nothing really rang out to me. There are a few that's like, oh, it's a cool art style or something. Golfaris. It's a 2D action game that looked very inspired by Warhammer 40k. That looked pretty cool. They showed off, or they talked about Borderlands 3. They didn't actually show any gameplay, so that's why I don't have anything related to that. They talked a little bit more about Mose, and she sounds like she's going to be a cool person. They showed grenades can have, or they talked about how grenades will be able to have multiple effects. So, like, you might have a grenade that will bounce for a certain number of bounces, then stick to something. Or a grenade that might bounce and then deploy a shield. They also kind of... It wasn't Randy, it was another guy. I forget who. I forget the name at the top of my head. There's also going to be a few new equipment slots. They talked about new class mods that are going to be more powerful. And they talked about new effects that might be stuff to boost the mobility options. So, like, better sliding or better, like, mantling. There's going to be Guardian ranks, which replaced the Badass ranks from the last game. But they're going to offer more rewards. So it's not just going to be, like, stat bonuses. You might also get skins out of it, too. Multiplayer's jump in, jump out. It's going to have 50... as the level cap at launch. And they confirmed that you'll be able to duel people as far as PvP goes. They might have more to announce. They were kind of keeping secretive about what else might be in the works for PvP in the future. And you'll be able to transfer weapons between characters in your account. They confirmed that's gonna be there. There's another game that kind of showed up on my radar, Maneater, which is it's an RPG game about a shark surviving being hunted. And it looked cool, and you can eat people, and you can grow a shark from being a baby shark into an adult shark. So that gets my thumbs up. The name of it is Maneater. Keep that on your radar. They also talked about, like, they showed off Terraria and its newest update. Apparently it's going to be the final expansion at last. More Terraria, looks cool. Telling Lies. If you're familiar with her story, it's this next game from those people. Then they showed off Warframe Railjack, which is being renamed to Imperium. We're just gonna play the trailer here because I happen to have it. Because it's Warframe. And most of my channel content is surrounded by Warframes, so of course you're gonna watch this. I don't know, but they called it a penultimate update, Slugnut. So, I'm assuming it's the final one? Anyhow, more Terraria is not a bad thing. Yo, there's some new stuff coming to Warframe this week. I will be checking it out. You're welcome to join me, Slugnut, and I might even, I can help you get resituated with the game if you want. And here's the best part. So, they're gonna show more of this at TennoCon Live. They always do Twitch drops. So if you watch the TennoCon Live presentation, you will be able to get Necros Prime for free. I'm proud to announce, on July 6th, I will be doing a live watching of TennoCon. So you can join me for that. There's gonna be no real color commentary. It's gonna be all hype, all me freaking the fuck out. Okay, so let's get back to my notes here. Because I want to gush more about Warframe. It's like one of my current favorite games, so of course I want to gush, but I'm not. We gotta move on. I've still got Ubisoft to talk about, because let's see, there's Warframe, El Hijo, which looks like a Latino-inspired Zelda game, kind of. They didn't show too much of that. And they didn't show anything for Baldur's Gate 3, but they had people talking about it. The devs are hyped, but they didn't really say anything tangible about that. They did say, though, there's a tabletop Baldur's Gate game also being worked on, which is going to be a prequel to Baldur's Gate in general. Oh, they did also say they're using 5th edition rule sets for Baldur's Gate 3. So we kind of have an idea what to expect in terms of, like, the rules. Okay, and that confirms the, what did I write here? Politically correct gay show. PC Gamer Show! Woo! Okay, the next thing and the last thing we're going to be talking about today, we had Ubisoft doing their thing. And okay, so a lot of things from the Ubisoft conference leaked ahead of time. Everything related to Watch Dogs, except for the name. We didn't know about Legion. We just Watch Dogs 3. A lot of the details about that leaked out early. What was the trailer? I don't think I pulled up a trailer. Or... oh, I did. Okay. Watch Dogs 3. And you can kind of see me... this was like my expectations going in. These are like, what did I think might happen? Watch Dogs 3, knew about that, so I kind of cheated. I thought maybe a new Splinter Cell. I thought a new single-player Rainbow Six. Maybe a new Rabbids game. I was hoping for a new Rabbids game. They haven't done anything with Rabbids in a long time. Something new and original, and maybe they would talk about Year 2 for Assassin's Creed Odyssey. What they did start off with, Assassin's Creed Symphony. They didn't have the Dancing Panda yet, though. Watch Dogs 3, aka Watch Dogs Legion, set in London. They showed gameplay. I have the trailer for it. But as you can see, I was writing this stuff as it was going. I just wrote here, old lady, Helen. Helen is my spirit animal. We're gonna see her in a moment here, because she's kind of in the trailer. Do not let Grandma die. Hell no. Helen is my spirit animal.
Ah, London. Had a good run there for a while. Now it's all riots, bombings, and people thrown in cages like animals. Oh, and who could forget the killer robots everywhere? So yeah, that's all gone a bit shit. It's up to us to take our city back.
It seems...
Thing is, we can't do it alone.
I'm not sure what to make of the tone of this game.
I know what you're thinking. Where do we start? Open your eyes and take a look around. Look here. Look at him. No, not him. Him. Former MI5.
Duty never ends.
He can get anywhere and erase.
It's so mixed, the tone, though.
See her?
Let's kick those bastards out of London.
She got kicked out of Oxbridge Robotics School for teaching him to reproduce.
So I think the implication there is she made a sex robot.
Proper bellend. Come on, come at me. He'll crack your skull just for looking at him, buddy.
Helen! Grandmama! My spirit animal right here!
And allow me to introduce you to the deadliest of the lot. She's not old, she's experienced. Like I said,
I'm so happy for her!
and I mean bloody anyone.
She's old, like me!
Everyone is a secret weapon.
It's still kicking ass!
Find them. Recruit them. Build the resistance. Let's unfuck this world.
Watch Dogs Legion.
Yeah.
Available March 6, 2020. Check out the Watch Dogs Legion 101 trailer.
Okay, we're not gonna check out the Legion 101 trailer, but what we will go over, where is it? Where is it? We'll go over my notes here. Like it started off, they showed a large clip of gameplay before that. And what they showed at first was extremely dark and gritty. And they showed a character dying, and then you jump from one character to another. It actually reminded me of kind of like the tone they were going for with the first Watch Dogs game. But the big thing, and this was in the early leaks, like apparently you'll be able to recruit any NPC in the game. And they kind of showed like you'll be able to scan people and see their stats, which is interesting. It takes place in a totalitarian post-Brexit London. There are masks, there are drones, so it's the future. Characters will permanently die. They showed a character dying. And they showed a long list of characters you could swap to, including Helen! You can ride the drones. The different characters apparently have different levels of, like, clearance/suspicion. One of the characters had, like, gun kata melee to it. And, like, tonally, it seemed very mixed. Like, that trailer had some, like, almost tongue-in-cheek aspects to it. But beforehand, they were showing nothing but dark, grim, gritty, like, really edgy stuff. I'm gonna say edgy. I don't want to say edgy, but it looked edgy. And on some level, I kind of miss the... It's kind of weird seeing the game without the teen hijinks of 2. It was very lighthearted. 2 was lighthearted, but who knows. DedSec is still the name of the group. Whether they want to make it political or not, this game is gonna be political as fuck. Well, the thing is, so they talked about all the NPCs in Police Simulator. You can capture, or not capture, you can convince them all to, like, join your team. And that leaves a lot of questions, like, so how unique are each of these NPCs going to be? How much repetition is there going to be between, like, is there going to be just an old grandma assassin stereotype? And so, like, after you recruit, like, 3 old grandmas, are they going to start to repeat a lot of stuff between them? I don't know. These are questions that you probably won't get answered until the game comes out. I wouldn't say pre-order it, but it looks a lot more interesting than I thought Watch Dogs 3 might look. So, I mean, I think they started off the conference stronger than I think they ended it, because they started it off with Watch Dogs. Even though most of the information leaked, it was still a really strong showing. They followed that up with some TV show exclusive to Apple TV, so I'm not going to go too deep into that. they showed some new stuff for Rainbow Six Siege, including like there's a new event going on for the esports thing with Colin McKinley. Apparently that there's going to be some kind of subplot story involving him in the game being like some kind of super spy. It looked cool. I need to get back into Siege. I haven't played it in like a year, so I'm missing out on a lot. And Siege is a good game if you're into PvP. I liked it a whole lot. I thought there would be a new Adventure Time game, but what they showed, it was just the Adventure Time characters are going to be in Brawlhalla starting today, which is cool. I know they showed Finn and fuck the other one, the dog. But it's unclear exactly how many Adventure Time characters are going to be in, because they didn't show everything but Adventure Time characters. Yeah, Jake, that's the one. Then they showed Ghost Recon Breakpoint. I'm not gonna go into it too deeply because they've showed a lot of this stuff before. They had a dog on stage for it. There's gonna be some kind of Ghost Recon Breakpoint specific social platform for this, which they didn't really go into too much detail about. Beta is gonna be starting on September 5th. Gonna release in October. You can register for the beta now. And there's gonna be some kind of cross-promotional Terminator movie DLC for this. Which, fine, whatever. They can have their Terminator. It's fine. Then they showed off a mobile game. Tom Clancy's Elite Squad. Which it looks like a Tom Clancy Heroes of the Storm kind of mashup. Like they showed Sam Fisher from Splinter Cell. They showed a lot of the Rainbow Six operators. And it's going to be a tactical RPG, which looks cool. But I just don't know how shitty it's going to be because it's a free-to-play mobile game. I don't know. I just don't know about that one. I really can't say anything other than that. It's probably going to be ruined by monetization. And I'm kind of sad that this is the only Sam Fisher we got out of this show. But at the same time, I'm a big fan of tactical RPGs, so it could still be good. Who knows? Then we got the star of the show. We got Just Dance. And it's the star of the show because we got the panda. The panda came back. The panda came back. We got the panda. Anyhow, that's Just Dance. We know about that. Nothing necessarily new. It's just more Just Dance. There's gonna be story DLC for Honor. Looks like something with body snatcher, samurai people. Shadows of the Hitokori is the thing. Oh shit, is Just Dance still coming out for the Wii? Oh my god. Let's see, and next we're going into Rainbow Six Quarantine. And I have the trailer for this, because it has me interested, especially if it turns out to be a single-player Rainbow Six game. It might actually be a co-op Rainbow Six game. All I know is that, well, here, we'll go into the let's get the trailer up. And this is the last trailer I'm really bringing out because it's the last thing that really wowed me out of today's presentations. It's a short trailer. And we see here someone lying down. You don't know who it is. It's probably it's definitely one of the other operators. But it sounds like it might be like a zombie survival game with Rainbow Six characters. Which, it's weird, because they've actually been setting up to some kind of a biological virus in like the story of Siege. So seeing this come out of that is kind of interesting. I want to say, fuck, I forget who that is. That's one of the year 2 characters. He makes himself invisible in front of cameras. And this is Ella, who like, she's my main on defense because I like her what are they? Flashbang mines, concussion mines, and I like the weapons she gets. But no, Vigil. It looks like Vigil. So, like, it looks like it's gonna have the same operators. It might be. Well, I'll let this finish.
Contact! Head to the extraction point!
So, like, it's interesting to see, because they had a few, like, Biohazard first gameplay. Okay, we're jumping in on this, because if this explains more stuff, I'll be happy.
What's going on, everyone? We just checked out Rainbow Six Quarantine at the Ubisoft E3 press conference. I'm here with Bio, lead game designer.
I hope all of the operators are in there.
Quarantine. Bio, thank you so much for joining us.
Okay, we got some live reactions. I haven't seen this before.
Quarantine is a squad-based tactical shooter for 3 players
Squad-based.
at a time.
So I
4
can play
players
the
at a
entire
time.
thing with 2 other friends?
Yes, you can.
3 players.
That's awesome.
Okay, I misheard.
Can you tell us a little bit about the inspiration for this game?
Well, it's a brand new core team that was formed here in Ubisoft Montreal, and it's a huge Rainbow Six fan that...
I've got a... Okay, it seems like a lot of games have been coming out recently that aren't 4-player multiplayer, they're 3-player co-op multiplayer. Seems odd to me, but whatever, I guess.
To take a poke at it with a PvE co-op aspect that
PvE.
really wanted to bring a new experience.
This being Rainbow Six Quarantine, I have to ask, is there a link between this and Rainbow Six Siege?
There is. You will see a lot of familiarities when you play, everything related to gunplay and also using your gadget, tactic, and destruction. But you don't have to be a Rainbow Six Siege player to play Quarantine. It's a good place to pick up and start within the brand.
So you teased a few things going on here. We see some enemies that don't quite seem human. We see possibly something happening with this person's arm. Can you tell us a little bit more about what's happening?
Wouldn't you like to know, huh? You can't have everything at the first time, so it's a teaser. We need to tease you a little bit, but it's gonna come up.
Okay, but there's some things I definitely saw that I think we can talk about.
All right.
At the very end there, was that Ella and Vigil?
That's
Vigil.
You got a good eye.
And what was the decision to include operators from Siege in Quarantine?
Because they're
I
awesome,
recognized Ella
and
as soon as I saw her.
Varied, they bring a lot to the battlefield, and you know, an operator is not just a weapon, a gadget, and ability. They're a whole personality. People like them. They already create fan art and fanfic about them. However, using those operators in that new context really make them different. They feel not the same as
if
you
they're
would
not
have them in Rainbow Six
straight
Siege,
zombies,
because you are in a PvE context. You want
I think it'll be a lot more hype.
Squad. You want to be a tactical and tackle your objectives. You're gonna see it's gonna feel very different, even though the operators are familiar.
Ah, that's awesome. I can't wait to play it. When and where exactly will people be able to pick it up?
You'll be able to pick it up on Xbox One, PS4, or PC in 2020.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
Yo. So obviously they don't. I mean, I don't doubt it's going to be things from the quarantine effect. I can't remember exactly because that was like a year and a half ago. It's been a significant period of time. But yeah, I imagine them coming back. It's gonna be not a 4-player, a 3-player, but it's good. They said, you know, squad PvE. So I feel like it might. I don't know if it's gonna be mission based. It's probably gonna be mission based. There's a lot of questions, but I'm more interested in that than many of the other, you know, multiplayer co-op shooters that have been shown at E3 so far. Part of that is because it does fall into that Rainbow Six universe, and I already have like the pre-existing attachment to that universe. And that's cool. Plus, it's got Ella, and I like Ella. Ella's good. She has a great 2. Okay. Okay, so we get back. They also showed off the Division 2. They didn't necessarily show a lot of gameplay, but they did kind of detail their... Okay, Dokebi, yes! Yes, Dokebi has a good butt too. They're on the same level for me. God, I hope Dokebi's in this game too. Oh my god, I want her to be playable as well. I hope all the operators from Rainbow Six Siege are in quarantine. I think that would make this game probably one of the best, like, 3-player zombie survival games that will be on the market. Also, hi Bert Soon. Welcome to, like, the tail end of my E3 Day 2 recap. You missed just about everything, man. Where was I? Division 2. There's gonna be a free trial of the game all week. They announced what they're doing for the first year. There's gonna be 3 episodes. National Zoo, Kenley College, and I think, White House, presidential, like, safe house thing. Episode 2, Pentagon. You'll be able to go to the Pentagon, but the only actual shape I care about is the octagon, so I don't care about episode 2. And, sometime in this period, they're also going to add an 8-player mode and raids. And finally, episode 3, which they teased out very, very slightly. They called it Rebirth, but that's, like, I guess their teaser name. And it looked like it might be Coney Island or something like that. Hard to say, but, I think episode 3 is coming out in early 2020. But, whatever. They also showed off in terms of not game-related things. So we had that weird game TV show earlier. Where was it? It was after this. This Mythic Quest thing about a game development studio. We had that TV show. We come roundabout with the movie. It's the Division movie. It's gonna be on Netflix, starring Jake Gyllenhaal. But not much else has been said about it. I don't know how I feel about it. But if it's on Netflix, I'll probably watch it, because we have a Netflix subscription in this household, so why not? They're also gonna have their own version of Game Pass for just Ubisoft things. $15 a month. Play all the Ubisoft games, and it will be cross-compatible with Stadia somehow. So I'm guessing if you have an Ubisoft account or an Uplay Plus account, you'll be able to just play those games on Stadia without having to have a Stadia subscription. That's the only thing I can think of. Yeah, and it's going to be everything and DLC. That's right. They also showed off a new game, Roller Champions. I'm not going to talk about it too much because there's a demo available right now on the Uplay store. It's rollerball, and it looks competent. I would say go check it out yourself, because it's available for free to demo. So, what was this? New game from the Quebec studio, same team behind Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Gods and Monsters, which they didn't talk too much about. They said it's going to come out in February 2020. But from the leaks before the conference, apparently this game is supposed to take a lot of influence from Zelda Breath of the Wild. Which is what the leaks said. It's I'm guessing very open world exploration with a sense of, like, light crafting and survival. It definitely graphically reminded me of Breath of the Wild with maybe a little bit more cartoony characters. It has me interested, but we really don't know enough about it to get hyped one way or the other. And that really brings us to the end of the second day of E3. I think probably the biggest... Okay, top 3 things from today's showings. The first one, and I know I showed a lot of trailers. I'm gonna scroll all the way back up. The first big thing, the first notable thing, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. I'm so fucking hyped for that. The second thing, probably Watch Dogs Legion. I'm only saying that because we got Helen. And the third thing, and I'm really surprised, Final Fantasy VII Remake not being a fucking letdown. I'm surprisingly hyped for Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's another reason I need to get a fucking PS4. So those are my top 3 of today's showing. My biggest disappointment? Square Enix still won't admit that Kingdom Hearts 3 was a fucking mistake. That's just my biggest disappointment. Runner up, No Quiet Men 2. Because I had a lot of fun with everyone fucking around with that first Quiet Man game. We came up with a ridiculous fucking story. I want to do it again. But I can't do it again with the same game because we already did it once. It's been ruined. It's the kind of thing you can only do once. You have to do it right out of the gate. Okay, so that brings us to the end of E3, day 2. Tomorrow, I forget everything that's happening. I know Nintendo's tomorrow. I think, what is it? Capcom? I think Capcom's doing a thing tomorrow, but I don't know if it's, just, like, competitive stuff or not. I gotta look into it. Nintendo's happening early enough that I'm not gonna be streaming it. But I will probably do a recap tomorrow. And whatever else happens. Something else. I can't remember. Hold on. I'll look. Let me freaking look this up real quick. Give me just a moment, everyone. Okay, Tuesday. I need the full schedule. I need even the small stuff. Full E schedule. I mean, okay, well, there's Nintendo. I'll probably just do a rundown of Nintendo, and the good news is we'll be getting back into actually playing games after that, because Nintendo's not going to be that long tomorrow. It might be 45 minutes. So we'll be able to go over it really quickly. We might check out that rollerball game tomorrow afterwards too, since that came out. Yeah, that's happening at 9 p.m. Wait, that's not right. It's happening at 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 Eastern. So set your calendars accordingly, and I'll be streaming later in the day. Actually, I might stream earlier. I don't know. Keep an eye out on Twitter and my Discord, because if you're a subscriber, you can get into it. And also on other people's Discords, because I do post in other people's promotional channels. And you'll know exactly when I go live. I will not be live streaming the Nintendo conference, but I will do a recap of things that happened. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and thank you to the new subs. I greatly appreciate it. Make sure to utilize that connections menu in your Discord settings menu. Get into that beta server where you, yes you, can actually give me feedback and help build the server for public. Until tomorrow, guys, y'all take care. And also stick around, I'm pretty sure we're gonna be raiding.
Build a crackdown on life.
We'll give this some time.
G4 live at E3.
What's playing on TV? I can't believe it's for real. I just happened to flip on to G4. I can't even describe what I feel. Believe it or not, I'm watching E3. I never thought I'd get in so easily. Watching all day in my beat-up chair. What will I see? Believe it or not, it's E3. Just snuck a peek at a new game. Saw a sick-ass controller too. Getting me psyched for release dates to come. Making all of my wishes come true. Believe it or not, I'm watching E3. I never thought I'd get in so easily. Watching all day in my beat-up chair. What will I see? Believe it or not, it's E3. This is too good to be true. Watch TV. Lust for Xbox 2. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. Believe it or not, I'm watching E3. I never thought I'd get in so easily. Watching all day in my beat-up chair. What will I see? Believe it or not, it's E3. I'm watching E3. I never